Usually I like to blur out the users, but I'm not going to be making fun of people. I'm more just going to be analytical in this case. And secondly, these are public comments on a public YouTube video. Let's start with person 1 saying that he hates Distant Kingdom with a passion. And the claim here is he's pretty much just saying, I believe he's the reason why the community has gone to shit. And the second person saying, nah, you got it all wrong. Distant Kingdom isn't saying bad shit that makes the Pokemon community bad. He's just telling the truth. So that's what this person is saying as his rebuttal. But, you know, now pretty much this comment is just saying, are you joking or are we actually about to have an argument? And we are about to have an argument here, as this person says, he's bringing up one of the points in a Distant Kingdom video, pretty much saying that in the Game Freak's latest mainline Pokemon game, Pokemon Sword and Shield, the animations are not that good. But compared to older spin-off games, those animations are pretty good. And it just brings up the question, so back then, you were able to make your animations on point, and I'm pretty sure these games were made by other companies. So other companies were able to make these Pokemon animations on point. But Game Freak? Nah. So yeah, that's pretty much what this is saying here. I don't like this response. I really feel like just calling him a lapdog is like, you know, let's have an argument, disprove what he is saying. And then, yeah, this person's kind of just responding like that, saying, I'm not a fucking lapdog or some shit. And now we're getting to some actual claims where he's saying he cultivated a war between Pokemon fans and exploited the whole war for views. And then, you know, he used that to rise to power and, you know, build his brand. And after that, he's pretty much saying, I'm just going to read these last 2 comments verbatim. So he's saying, these videos are not put a click. It says the facts that you like it or not. You can't say the opposite. Other venue thinks Sword and Shield are better games than Pokemon Stadium, XD, Coliseum, Battle Revolution. The attack animations are really better in the video games. I just named you. Same goes for basic Pokemon animations, aka idle animations, and in Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness. Unlike Sword and Shield, when a Pokemon uses an attack in the cinematics, we see the Pokemon using its attack and not just a black screen. Just a few examples of how he tells the facts. Come on, I challenge you to do like me and give me examples that I would be wrong. I wait, because according to you, what he says is not true. So show me you don't just say bullshit without thinking. Show me you could think about it. So he's pretty much saying, you say that they're better, but you don't say how they are better. That is a very good point. And pretty much saying N64 Switch is newer hardware, therefore it is better. Wake up to the brainwashing you've been subjected to. Distant Kingdom is one of the worst things that has happened to the community, and you'll never be able to change my mind on that. How can you support him when he's compared Sword and Shield protest to Hong Kong of 2019, and then a bunch of other really bad shit that I don't want to say? But essentially what he's saying is, he's not worth supporting. Wake up, stop letting him brainwash you. Distant Kingdom is a menace to the Pokemon community. So here's where it gets really interesting. And here's essentially how I'm going to put it. At this point, these last 2, I feel like these 2 can kind of keep arguing forever, and a point will never be reached. First of all, well, actually, here's the main reason. One is arguing about Distant Kingdom's content. The other is arguing about Distant Kingdom and his actions as a person on the internet. And that is exactly why this argument falls apart. One person is arguing, once again, initial claim. I think here's where the mix-up happened. When he said this, he was more so meaning Distant Kingdom's actions as a person, not the stuff in the videos themselves. But I think the second person interpreted it as the reason as to why he's responsible for the community devolving in the state that it is because, well, what he says in his videos are lies. But that, I think, was just misclarification here. And I think, you know, to some extent, both of them are absolutely right. With these sprites and animations, well, while obviously it all comes down to preference, some people may like the Sword and Shield animations compared to the XD Gale and Coliseum animations. But there is definitely, I would agree, that it looks like there's more effort put into the XD Gale and all that shit. I would agree with that. But at the same time, I would agree Distant Kingdom has done some very suspect things. And I'm not going to go into this because I'll probably go into this in later videos. But he has done some he's said and done some very shady stuff. Absolutely. So yeah, I pretty much think both of them are right. They're just not seeing how each other are right. Pretty much this is kind of common. It kind of gets revealed in this comment here that, you know, where does this say? You'll never be able to change my mind on that. Once again, at that point, that is where any argument goes to shit. And once again, I agree with his point here. But what I'm saying here is this person needs to open up to the shady shit that Distant Kingdom has done, and why that may not make him the best, we'll use the term influencer in the Pokemon community. And this person needs to put aside what Distant Kingdom is as a person and just look at the content for content and evaluate whether what is in that content is true to some extent. And I think once they do that, they will definitely be able to reach an understanding. So that has pretty much been me analyzing this. If you want me to do more of this, I guess let me know down below, but this is kind of just a one-off thing. I just found this really interesting that, you know, the whole idea that, you know, oftentimes people have a, you know, people forget to, you know, separate when we're looking at the person and when we're looking at the content they make. Oftentimes people kind of lump them into one when they are oftentimes two very completely different things. That's pretty much the main point of this video. That is pretty much it. Have a good day.